Yeah, you can see my Cubans there. Nandopsis tetracanthus. These are F2 Biamo Cuba. That's a catch location for them. But you can see she's sitting on a whopping amount of wigglers there. I was surprised because he's actually too big to probably get in that pot now. So the last time they spawned in there, that's why I had the pipe put in there, was so that they could both get in there. I've laid various sized dishes all around for them, but no, they won't spawn in this pot. Well, it's her in it, but yeah, these are F2s. If you look up F1 Bayamo Cuba, Bayamo Cuba, you'll see the parents on YouTube and where they come from. So yeah, it's the same fish basically. That's if you're getting Cubans and you're in the south, or even up towards the north as well now. If you're getting tetracanthus, it's probably these. If it's not, then it's a bit hit and miss with these. It's like with it's starting to happen with these now. What happened with the Haitiensis? And I don't get me wrong, I had a pair myself. I had a pair just because it was on my bucket list. I always wanted them. I first ever see a full size. I'd seen them before, but most people ended up losing them. But the first time I see a full size one was Andy Woods on YouTube. But yeah, there was something different about, not the one he's got now, but the one he had before JCB. Yeah, it was like that fish was a good few years old, and what I think it was, that was from, I think that personally, that's just my opinion, but I think that that was from a different set, you know what I mean, a different gene pool than what's about available now, because they've become so inbred and everything. The ones I had, I mean, if you look at the shape of them, everything, and the nuchal hump, the lot, they were perfect, other than the fact that their mouth, both the male and the female, are obviously related, but they were a breeding pair. I didn't put any of the fry up before you say anything about it, but yeah, the mouth used to go off to the right. So yeah, there is a serious case of inbreeding going on now. But yeah, like I said, that's the last Haitiensis I see that I would actually want was JCB. I know there's other people on YouTube who say they've got this and that, but there was something, I don't know, well, I'll put a challenge out there to you. Find me another one that looks like that, with the black face and that on it. If you look at them now, they just look washed out compared to what they used to. The name used to be mosaic cichlid because of the patterning. If you look at the Haitiensis that are about now, there's none of that mosaic patterning on them at all, hardly. And from the ones where you do see some sort of decent markings on them, it'll, you know what I mean, it'll be at a cost of something else being wrong with them. But yeah, this is the reason why I keep Cubans, is because out of Nandopsis, this is about, and especially with these as well, to get F2s is extremely rare. But yeah, it's the same person I got where the bean I come from in this country, and that who I got them from. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I've only got his word for it that they're F2s, but yeah, I've been looking into things. There's loads of people who make claims. I see people advertising F1 tetracanthus for sale on eBay, and I messaged them and said, where were they? Where were their parents from? And they're like, oh, Dillywoods. I was like, yeah, okay, that explains it. I said, mate, they're not F1s. They're probably about F25. But yeah, they're a nice pair. They're among my three favourite fish. I've got three favourites. It's these. These are probably coming at third. Second would be the Islanum, and first would have to be the Beaneye. Even when I got into saltwater and everything, having groupers, and I mean I had a really rare grouper as well, Pellini. or the Harlequin group are beautiful coloured as well. But it's just, I don't know, it's something about cichlids. But yeah, these are taking a while now to grow on. I'm surprised as it goes, but it's probably my own fault for spawning them because it does slow their growth down. But the male now is way over 10 inch. Well, and the reason I say that is because when I moved a load of fish around the other week when I got the 8 foot in, I used a 10 inch net, and he had to, like, he was folded in it, not folded, but you know what I mean, bent in it. He couldn't fit directly, like, straight into the 10 inch of the net. So yeah, the female's probably still only about 6. But yeah, that's a 5 inch pipe behind them. So he's starting to, what it is now, sorry, you went the glare from the other tank there. But yeah, they are a lovely fish to have. I just wish I could get 80 inches with the same sort of the same quality. But I don't know what it is, but I mean, like, I might sound biased saying this, but I seem to notice I see better quality fish in the UK than I do from the places where these are easy. Well, to us they seem easily obtainable. To us in the UK, going to like Central America seems like us going to France or something for the day. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like the next one along. But yeah, I know it's not quite that straightforward, especially countries like Cuba for taking things out of there. But yeah, these are going well. They're in a 4 foot fluval tank. It's only one of the thin 3D backings on it, so it doesn't take up much tank space, maybe an inch in places at the most, and about half inch in the rest. Next to them, another tank, another 4 foot. Them sponge filters at the back aren't actually going, they're not going for this tank. This has already got a fluval canister filter on it, and it's got a big internal that really is more for oxygen, and then I've got a sponge filter for bio as well. But yeah, I've got actually K1 in the bottom chamber spinning about and the top to a sponge, and I know it seems mad that you'd do it that way round, you'd have the mechanical first, but what it is, obviously where the pump is, that's where the suction's strongest, so the top two it sucks in first from before the bottom, so most of the shit gets sucked up by the first chamber, then the second, then lastly the third. So the tiny bits that do go through the third are too small to get caught up in it, so it just passes through into the next one, into the sponges. So yeah, it's worked out alright. But yeah, I've got this RTM pair still that I'm waiting to get rid of. They're just taking up tank space at the minute. But it's another impulse buy. At the time I had an empty tank, so of course I had to fill it. These have been downgraded into a smaller 4 foot. They could do a bigger tank really, to be honest, if you look at the size of it. So their decor will be going back in now. It's just I've changed, as you can see, I've changed all the bottom for sand and gravel now. I've emptied the whole tank, done 100% water changes, used a shop vac to empty out the remaining gravel, put all new sand and gravel in now. I know there's still going to be some remaining snails. They're Malaysian trumpet snails. They're a pain in the arse to get rid of, but yeah, I'm still going to have some, but it's just, if they're manageable amounts, it's because of the fact that paraquariums aren't greedy like the amps, so you can drop pellets in there, and some will end up getting sucked into the internal filter, or even the external filter, which is where all the snails end up when you go to do a filter clean. The amount of snails that's in there that just sit in the mechanical part, so they don't end up hitting the impeller or anything, but so they're just sitting there eating everything that sucks into there, which is obviously for these mainly pellets or earthworms they get. But what I need to do really is put a sponge over the intake. But still, it don't stop a load of it being sucked up then by the internal. But yeah, as soon as these are gone, it'll be a different story anyway, because I'll have all of this out. I'm going to totally redo the tank for the Islanum. Because yeah, 418 for a pair of Islanum where the male's like 3 inch, maybe 3.5 now, is nothing. And like the female is probably an inch shorter, and they're fry. But I have to spin to them. I've emptied the tank behind that had the B9 now. I've emptied them out, they've gone to the shop. So that tank's shut down at the minute. I've still got the sponge filters and media out of the external that was in there. I don't know if I'll there they are, so I don't know if I'll get a glimpse of them. Sorry, because of that algae on this tank, it's not focusing in properly. But there's the male, you can see he's only little on the size of a nuchal hump on him. It's unbelievable. Again, that's a 5 inch pot, so he's probably about 3.5 inch. But yeah, they're very weird. Different to all the other cichlids I've bred, in the sense that when they swarm, it's like they go off to hide. It's like both times when they've spawned, I haven't known that they spawned until I've seen the fry. One time I've noticed when they have, and that's by me shining a torch into the tank, and then they ate the eggs, so I didn't do that again. But so now, yeah, I've got 2 lots of them growing on, 2 lots of babies from these. But yeah, for things like this Islanum and that, I just charge the shop like £5 each. Here he is, gorgeous boy that he is. Beautiful colouring on him. Sorry, there's fucking algae on the tank. There's his female. And then there's another male in the tank, a smaller sub male. I'll keep them in there just to make sure, because from what I've been told, I've never kept Islanum before, and from what I've been told, that their pairings aren't all that unsimilar from Gramodes, in the sense that they can be a bit rocky. So yeah, that's why I keep because the pair bondings aren't necessarily that strong with this species. I leave the male in there so they've got something to guard against. But yeah, he never gets anywhere near the fry. But yeah, that's the reason I don't film them much. But, sorry, that's my RO barrels. But yeah, here's the last one of this tank. It's going to my friend's house. It's still going to be my tank, but he's going to be looking after it for us. I've got to start spreading my tanks about in other places now, because it's too much with having to move and then move for everything as well. But yeah, this is going to be going at my mate's house for a while. But yeah, there's the flavs. I've got an F2 Tetracanthus in there, Cuban. That there is an F1 Parachromis multifasciatus. What is it? I think it's D Centala something. I can't remember the exact catch location. But they were quota through to someone else, and then quota into Germany, and then from there into Essex, and then into my hands. And there, as you can see, male Gramodes. That's about it for now. Like I said, I will be. I've got. It's killing me because I've got 2 species of Benai that I've been growing out for a good while now, but on the promise that I wouldn't show them because of where they've come from and them not wanting the person to know that they've given them to me. I can't really show them yet, but yeah, coming soon. But yeah, a few more catch locations. Our level would have been nice.